Pond check. Hey, what's up? Checking out the pond again. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Bloom's looking good. Algae's mostly gone. Just a little tiny bit left of it there. Bluegill are feeding nice. Our phytoplankton bloom looks good. Got no weeds. Everything's perfect. Hey, what's up? What's up, Arnold? Nah, man, I haven't been fishing much. I've been busy. I need to get back over to the watershed. I've heard some guys catching some fish around, so that's good because I haven't done anything over there. But I'm gonna walk over here to the dam. We've been looking at this part of the pond a lot. We'll go look at a different part of the pond. If you guys post any questions, I'll answer them. I don't really have anything planned to talk about. I'm just putting eyes on the pond again on a Friday. Oh yeah, thanks, Ben. Thanks for following, man. Appreciate that. Man, I need to be fishing. I'm working. This is my job. Man, ask me if I'm fishing. Come on now. At least get it right, dude. It's not called fishing. It's called fish population analysis. I'll teach you guys are gonna learn. You'll catch on. Don't worry. No, man, I got some work to do. I'm not fishing right now. I'm looking for bass is what I'm doing, actually. I can see some bluegill moving right there. Actually, quite a lot of them. You guys aren't gonna be able to see them. I see a dead bluegill right there, a little 1-incher. If you guys can see, that's a dead fish right there. That happens. Fish die naturally, you know. It's a lot of fish die. That's what your turtles eat, the dead fish like that. People sometimes they get worried and they shoot the turtles a lot, and that's bad because turtles really don't hurt anything. They eat the dead and dying slower fish. They're kind of like the garbage compactors for the lake. So, you know, don't shoot your turtles. There'll just be some more coming in anyway. You won't get rid of them. Got a little shallow flat here. He was walking there. Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for joining. I don't really have anything planned. I'm just kind of walking around and looking. Couple of ounces. There's just a little bit of algae right here, some filamentous. See that? Filamentous algae. Those bubbles in there are oxygen bubbles. See the bubbles? Oxygen bubbles get trapped in the algae, cause it to float. True photosynthesis. So he's trying to get something stuck here. These guys do outdoor landscaping, all kinds of, if you needed like, fireplace or big patio or any kind of hardscapes like this, these guys are the best around that stuff. Let's see. I know you guys can't see them, but I can, and there's a heck of a lot of 1-inch bluegill in this pond, which is really good. Excellent. Let me scroll back, see if there's any questions here. No questions? Well, the algae treatment went well. It's all gone everywhere here. Just used maybe 3 ounces of Green Clean Pro. or actually it was the Green Clean liquid product, but just literally like with your algicides, if you have this, you just need a tiny little bit of algicide and spray the surface of the algae, and that's enough to take care of it. And if you do it in small amounts as it pops up in the spring and early summer, don't let it build up. It'll be a lot better for your pond and your wallet and your fish. It's kind of like mowing your grass. It's a lot easier if you do it more often with smaller amounts. Let's see if we can see some fish. Oh, here's a good question. What do I do if I see one of my 100 bass die? That's just part of it, man. You got 99 now. That's going to be, that's a good question, because that's one of the reasons why I stock 40 per acre. Normally I'll stock 35 per acre, but in smaller ponds under 5 acres, I'll bump it up a little bit, 40 per acre. So I've actually got about 10 fish insurance policy in there. But that being said, a couple of bass are gonna die. I already know that. That's just life. They're also gonna have babies next spring, and those babies are gonna be born into a wonderful environment, and that fish is gonna begin to grow, and it's gonna make it, a life for itself in there, and it's gonna grow big and strong too. So, that's called recruitment, and that'll happen. So, that's kind of how I look at it. It's a good question. Okay, here's a good one. Got a little windblown thing here. People might freak out. I get some calls about stuff like this all the time. Especially if your house is like right up there and this is in your backyard. But this is kind of what I'm talking about with these, hold on one sec. Oh, okay, hold on. I'll get to you there, Adam. This is a phytoplankton. This is like surface plankton that's being blown off. The wind is coming this way today, coming at us, and it's coming in here, and it's pushing this surface film up and creating this layered looking look on the water. That's phytoplankton, and it happens because we've got a lot more plankton than normal because of the fertilization program. If you get that a lot, or if you're in a lake, like a bigger lake, and this is like your corner of the lake, a fountain, or moving that water, just breaking that water up, will get rid of that. Cole asked, when stocking at that rate, when do you start catching and taking bass out after the first or second year? Well, that's a good question. And the answer to that question is we'll see. So the reason I'm stocking at that rate is because I want my bass to grow really fast. Once I get them growing really fast, their babies are going to come in. There's going to be more bass in the pond next spring, so that growth rate is going to change. So I'm going to get the best growth out of these 100 bass in these 12 months while there's no other predators in here. They're going to grow like ridiculous. Then once their babies come in, that creates, some of the protein goes away. Of course, remember, there's a reason why we don't measure the relative weight of bass under 10 inches long, and that's because those bass are forage. People don't realize you catch a little dink, little 8-inch fish or something, you throw it back, it's lucky if it lives maybe 2 more days. There's a lot of those, and they're eaten. People don't realize how cannibalistic bass are that way. So I don't even measure bass. I don't care about the relative weights of bass under 10, 11 inches, because I don't care about the relative weights of threadfin shad either. It's just forage. Oh, to finish up the answer to that question though, we probably won't at this rate have to harvest any bass out of this pond until year 3. That's probably, that's about average, I guess. It's probably about normal. About year 3, and then we'll start noticing that we're getting too many 1-pounders, and we'll start pulling them then, probably. All right. Harvest according to relative weights. Yeah, Lloyd, that's exactly right. So we'll be catching our fish, tracking the weights of the fish, comparing them to the relative weight chart. If they're under that chart, they come out. Basically, once you start your slot limit, it'll be like probably you'll keep all the bass you catch under 16 inches and throw back all the bass you catch over. And that breaks back to bass that are over 16 inches are way better at eating smaller bass. So they're actually helping you control the bass population by doing that, if that makes sense. Okay. Oh, up to 9. Wow, busy today. Stocking. Oh, I already read that one. Oh, you're welcome, Cole. Thanks for following, man. I'm gonna walk over here to the shallow end. We're gonna do some structures over here. Got some plans. Just gotta get some money. But this shallow flat's gonna be real interesting. I like this because it goes off deep to a creek. The creek bed runs through there, but he dug this whole big shallow flat out, and we're going to do some American fish tree stump structures along in here. There's a lot of gravel along this bank. Real good substrate for spawning, and he's got it up on the geofabric too, so it won't sink down. So you can see right here. You can actually see some fish. This gravel isn't being absorbed by the mud because there's some fabric underneath there that supports it and keeps it up, available to the fish. That's very important. It's smart to have good guys who know what they're doing like this, so you don't lose the money you spent on your rock, because rock's expensive. See the rock here? It's the same. You can see the rock's really fluffed up and high in the. See if I can get a good angle. That's because of that fabric layer they put down before they put the rock down. Check for questions. Oh, this got kind of a question about lack of cover. There's no lack of cover here, brother. It's all underwater, that's all. You can't see it. If you go back to IGTV, you can see the basin of this pond when it was drained. And I did that for a reason. I always video my ponds when there's no water in them, so you can kind of visualize what it looks like, when it does have water in it. But there are great ledges in here. There's great structure in here. Several trees down in here. Several stumps like this have been placed all along down through here. You can see there's one stump that's been placed there, one stump that's been placed here, and I believe there's 2 or 3 more down in the deep end you can't see. There's also, if you see those trees down there that have been cut off, they're in the lake. They're laying down like that. So this lake has perfect structure. I consulted with them on it and watched, and I don't know how they could have done any better. Yeah, you're welcome, Robbie. Hey, what's up? Any other questions? He's running a little long. I better go back to work. Thanks for following, watching, all the engagement. It's going great. This thing's perfect. I guess it's better than having a bunch of problems. But you guys keep the questions coming. Thanks for following.